It has to do with what started yesterday. I was online, and I'm getting these questionnaires from people who evidently my file on Skype. And so I take them right into what we're doing. And so there was a question that come up about, I'll bring you up to date as best I can. I was out of body. I was in space. I had all these planets around me, and I was sort of confused because I wouldn't expect anything like that. You have your full senses, you have all of them. And so I was sort of confused. I went looking to see where Earth was, and I turned to my right, and I spotted it between two planets, and it was about the size of a dime. I can't tell you or even guess what the distance would be, but I'm going to assume it's maybe 500,000 miles. So there I am. I'm looking at the Earth, and I'm thinking to myself, I got all my senses. So my body there is in my bed asleep. And so basically, what does that tell you? Well, it tells me basically that's what it would be like if you died. Your body would be somewhere else, either in bed or in a grave, and you'd be standing out there with all your senses. And so I brought that up into some of my stuff that I talked to about these other people, and told them that I didn't see any difference in dreaming and dying. Aren't they? Wouldn't they be the same thing, or witness to be the same thing? So this is a question for Duane. How do I answer this, or should I just state what I say is actually true?
Okay, Ron, it's always fun to do these things, and that is that, yes. So here's the idea. Objectively, see it from their viewpoint. They're asking you the question because they don't know. That's why they're asking it. And so you can tell them anything you like, and maybe they'll buy that. So you start off with that. Best thing to do is you say, well, I had this experience, and explain it to them and see what they say from there. Well, realistically, it's not about truth so much, this idea of truth. What is true, what isn't true, etc. It's about experience, isn't it? And having the experience to know for yourself. So you can't prove it to them. Objectively, you see that you can't do that. But you can present something to them and show them how to get the experience for themselves if they want it. That's the best you can do. Like the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. That's their decision. So you answer it the best you can, but always learn to see it from their point of view too, and that is, why are they asking the question? Because they don't know. If they have the experience, they're not going to be asking the question, are they? They're already going to know. So your position, if you wish to take part, is that, and I get this all the time too myself, is that, yeah, it's not about, what I say, because it's not about me being right. That's not the idea. All I can do is present my experience and show you how to get your own experience. And so as things are going on in the world today, just like talking to people about chemtrails, and wherever I'm at, if I see a chemtrail in the sky, I'll even somebody in the store or outside in the parking lot or whatever, I'll say, hey, do you see that in the sky? That's poison. They're poisoning the world. I just want to see what they're going to say. And lots of times they'll say, oh, I don't know what that is, or, oh, why would they poison us? Or no, that's just smoke. That's just smoke from the plane or whatever. But I let them know. And then if the person responds to something like, oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. What is that? And so again, then there's the opening. So it just depends upon how the person responds, how their experience is. And sometimes people will say, oh yeah, I know that. I know what they're doing. And that's an opening too, to actually deliver more. And the idea here is that showing people how to see it for themselves. That's the intuitive, presentation I'm doing for people, because people know about their intuition. So getting something familiar with them that they know to relate to, instead of just their mind and the ideas that they've heard, the rumors and stories since birth that we've heard about gods and saviors and all this stuff like that, etc. So yeah, you decide how creative you want to be, but each one of us that step up are given certain experiences, and it's what you decide to do with that experience. Okay, so the guides are showing you something, and most of the time we look at it and go, well, gee, what is this? What do I do? So I had this experience. Well, that's a lot of the Ekkas too. When I was there, you know, I had my experiences there too, but they're still there thinking about their old experiences, like, oh, I had an experience with Rebazar or whatever, but they're not taking a look at what's real now, right now, this moment here. So we go off of things as references. And so your experience there is very, very good. And I would write that up and do it on a Facebook group and see if you get more people to respond, because this is going to help you become more aware. What the guides are showing everybody is how for you to become more aware, not that you just read the books and do the new you. No, you have to actually figure out how to recognize the real you, etc. So that's an experience, you might say, one-dimensionally also. Yeah, it's the same. But the real purpose of you being in creation is to recognize the allness, the all life, what all life is. That's a huge accomplishment to do. So in the meantime, we have experiences, and this is your opportunity to share. So it's how you get yourself ready for these people to contact you, and that's where the guides will bring you people. So I open myself up to the world and everything, so everything comes at me. And because I want the experience, and I really care about helping people because I see the struggle they're in, and I see how precious each awareness is. And at the same time, I know I'm going to have to deal with huge obstacles, especially the indoctrinated literalization of people that we've all gone through. And this is one of the biggest hurdles for all of us. We are so indoctrinated, literally. We think we really know something here when actually we know nothing. It's all made up. It's all made up stuff, and to recognize that. But as you continue to think that it's some kind of reality that's necessary, well, then you're frozen in it. That's just because you've made that choice. And so again, this is where people look for saviors. Oh, save me from what I've decided. No such thing. So getting back to what you're saying, it all incorporates that to have a bigger view. And do you want to step up and present to the world and be ready, instead of saying, gee, what do I say? I don't know what to say. How do I answer them? Well, you know, you take the risk. There's no perfect way of answering, but you take the risk to do it. And that's where, when the guides asked, you know, who wants to present what Paul you know, created, I was the only one in the room of hundreds that stood up. I said, I'll do it. And so again, well, because they wanted me to do it anyhow, because no one else would do it. No one else would take the risk to do something else. So you look at all these paths and whatever, look at them. They're all the same. They're all buried in their ideas. So again, you are given these experiences, and you decide if you're going to get yourself ready to face it all and be ready to answer this, etc. You know, just like Maverick and Tom Cruise and Maverick and whatever. Are you going to get yourself ready to face the situation and be able to deal with it? That's how you're going to get through creation. Otherwise, no one's going to drag you out. So they're giving you this experience, and you decide how you're going to prepare yourself. Ron, yes.
Well, I agree with you. I was right in the third dimension because there were planets, so I didn't move into the higher worlds. I was basically still in creation.
Well,
the question, the thing is that I'm trying to create curiosity within these people that contact me. I get quite a few people contact me just on this site. I'm surprised. I didn't know that they transmit your names and everything about you on the Skype all over the world. And that's sort of something I never expected. And there was another part was yesterday where I was all involved in all of this, writing and trying to communicate with these people. And I was in the middle of dictating, and I get a call, and I answer it, and it's from somebody that's trying to sell me some internet stuff. And I didn't shut my dictation off. And I looked up on the computer as this person was talking to me, and to my amazement, everything he was saying was being typed out on my computer. And that shocked me because my phone is completely separate from my computer. And my computer was a Microsoft. And I don't know how many backdoors they've got into them. But that thing was actually printing off what this guy was saying. There ain't nothing safe. So I thought I'd give people a heads up on that too. But I think the curiosity, what I'm trying to drive here is more curiosity into what we're doing and try to answer questions that they wouldn't get normally if they were in their normal religions. So that's basically, if you think it's okay to keep going this way, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's what I said. This is your journey to become more aware, to face it, what's going on, and to share. And that's what life's about. Just like the sun shining, it's sharing its light. Okay, there's the idea. And so you're going through the process to be able to recognize how to do that also. That's the idea. So we're doing that in creation as a step to get ourselves out, plus recognize how to do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And one of the best ways is all the years, over 10 years, Ava and I have been on Facebook and created all that we have, etc. Yeah, it's all over the world. It's impregnated through everything. We've infected everything in a good way. And so again, it's your turn and you become a witness to this. The more witnesses there are, the better it is, just like at a trial or the testimonies you see on a product. In the business world, people look at the testimony. So they're looking at you to see, okay, well, I've looked at this Duane the Great Writer and I see you're with him. We want to hear what you have to say, as an idea, okay? Or we've had experiences with Rebazar or whatever it is. They're looking at you as a witness, and what you say and whatever bring to the table, they're gonna chew on that. Yeah, so what you're doing is that's what we're here to do. Yes, thank you. Do you